If your garden is feeling scattered or unfinished, usually the plants aren't the main problem that you're having. Most of the time, it's because there's nothing really anchoring your design and giving the eye something to rest on and focus on. So today I want to share with you or talk about one simple thing that's going to make your garden feel cohesive. My name is Amy over at prettypurpledoor.com. I help home gardeners design landscapes that are uniquely you. And today we're talking about focal points. If you don't have any focal points in your landscape, none at all, your garden is typically going to feel a little bit scattered because it's lacking structure. It's because the eye doesn't know really where to go. There's nothing specific for it to focus on or look at. Nothing really stands out. Like maybe everything is really pretty, but nothing is actually standing out from you. And this is often mistaken for bad plant choices. But I tour gardens all the time, home gardens, botanical gardens, all over the United States I've been. And there's so many gardens that are just forgettable, I think. And the ones that really stand out to me are always the ones that have some kind of focal point. They have a nice sculpture or a fire pit or a water feature or just something that is memorable in the space. So focal points do two things. One, they make your eye land on something and they create that unique look to your garden that's going to make it memorable and make people talk about it after they leave. So basically, I like to think of a focal point as some sort of form of relief. It's like anchoring your design with one element, and that creates flow. It creates a starting point and a stopping point for your eye, so it can start at that focal point, it can move around, and it has a place to end and rest. It just provides relief for the garden, especially if you're a gardener like me, cottage style, and you love to cram plant and put lots of plants in there. Just one simple focal point can really change your entire space. Because everything that you're planting around that focal point can immediately relate back to it, it makes the space feel calmer, it makes it feel more intentional, and it's really going to improve your design. So that's really the best place to start, is to just put a focal point into your garden somewhere. Pick a spot, and even if it's a temporary planter, I've used a garbage can, I've used all sorts of crazy things that I could move around and just sort of get an idea of where I want that focal point to be before I buy something intentional for that space. Because the most important thing about the focal point is the positioning of it, not necessarily what the focal point is, but where you're putting it and does it work with everything around it. If it's not actually working with what you have around it, the next thing that you need to do is to start to create repetition around that space. So if you decide you put your little trash bin right here in the middle of your garden bed, and then you decide that everything around it is just all different colors and all different sizes, and it's a little bit messy, what you can do is take out some of those plants, move them somewhere else in your garden, and create just a little vignette or a repetition around that focal point. It's going to actually make the focal point look so much bigger and so much more grand. Even if you choose just a little bird bath or something in the end, just having like little swaths of the same plant that are repeating over and over right in front of that space, it's going to make it just feel so much more intentional. So I like to repeat color, I like to repeat shape, I like to repeat plant form. The easiest way to do this is just to buy a bunch of the same plants and put them in, but again, you can use shape, form, color, these things to create repetition in your garden. So all of these supporting plants or elements that you're using, they're either going to echo that focal point or they can contrast it. So if you have a blue bird bath, you might want to choose some blue plants to kind of emphasize that bird bath. The other thing that you can do is if you have a blue bird bath, you can use orange plants to contrast that. So you can go either way, but around that focal point, I would try to make it a little bit more calm and just use more repetition in that space so that your eye has a place to focus on and to rest on. And basically this cohesion in your garden, this focal point, it's coming from connectedness, not necessarily sameness, but connectedness. So your garden will read as one well thought out idea instead of just many things scattered throughout. So create that focal point space. Like I said, you could use whatever you'd like to get that started, and that's going to really create a lot of clarity and interest in your garden. If you want more help planning your garden in a really intentional way, I'd highly recommend checking out my Plant Perfect activity book. This is going to walk you through all kinds of really simple activities, how to place trees, how to place focal points, and how to use other features as a bigger part of your entire design, and how to really work out the details of that. I'll leave a link to that in the description below, and I'll see you over in the next video.